I'm Jen DeSalvo with the PepsiCo Showdown, and this is the Executive Director, Joe Trost, who came up with this how long ago?
This is year 17 this year. It started in 2003 with 32 teams, and this year we're up to over 200 schools in the boys and girls event. So large event, very excited, and happy to be able to be doing this with you.
Now, what prompted you to start the PepsiCo Showdown?
So as a sports reporter with the Chicago Sun-Times, the idea was that high school coaches wanted to start a large tournament that was kind of like the NCAA tournament. Mm-hmm. Yeah, full seated out, brackets, so on and so forth. Again, started with 32 schools, and eventually, as the interest built, more schools wanted to be involved. And as I mentioned, we have over 200 high schools throughout the Chicagoland area and Northern Illinois that are a part of it. Year 17, the girls event is set to kick off this week. It's a great opportunity to showcase thousands of student athletes and from hundreds of different communities throughout the Chicagoland area.
Now, besides the numbers, how has the tournament evolved over the 17 years?
Well, as I mentioned, the multiple additional schools. The boys event started in 2003. The girls event came along in 2008. So, and it's built out from there. The girls event is out at Olympic Park. Boys event has expanded. And that's out in Joliet, but it's really, there's multiple different aspects to it. Where in the beginning it was just truly on the field. Now you have the off the field stuff, major media opportunities, college exposure opportunities. Again, it's something that's continued to grow. It's something I'm really proud of, and it's made a difference in a lot of lives.
Well, we want to know about all of those aspects, but first, what are the differences on the field for the 2019 tournament?
So, the PepsiCo Showdown is kind of evolving. It's a 2-in-1 event. So this year, you have the Showdown brackets that people are very aware of. As I mentioned in the beginning, it used to be one single bracket. Now it's really built out at different competitive levels. So, in the state of Illinois, you have the top 5% of schools who are your premier mm-hmm. schools. But for the majority, they're somewhere in the middle. And this provides an opportunity for student athletes from the city and suburbs, public and private schools, and all different backgrounds to really take a part of it. So you have the Showdown events on the 2 Saturdays. They're going to be Elite 8 brackets, which really, right off the bat on opening day, you're going to play a good team. No matter what your skill level is, it's still going to be seeded out, and then they're broken up into brackets of 8. Tuesday, Thursday games are the charity showdowns, which is pretty cool this year because the schools are going to pick a charity that they're representing. They're in pods of 4. The winner of the pods are going to win a check for their favorite charity.
And this is where the off the field stuff comes into play.
Exactly. So, not only are they, competing on the field, but they're going to have an impact off the field by whoever wins these pods. Again, they're going to win a check for their charity. So we're going to be able to have a major impact, not just with one charity, but throughout the Chicagoland area. So in essence, each one of these schools, each one of these players are really playing for money to impact their local community.
And then we're also going to have the PepsiCo Center, sponsored by Camping World. Can you tell us a little bit about what's going to happen with that?
So opening day is this Saturday, April 6th, out at Olympic Park. It's always an exciting day. It's when you have these thousands of athletes coming from all over the Chicagoland area. You have the life-size player posters. Again, schools from the city and suburbs, public and private schools, all at one site. It's the only event in the country, high school event, that has all teams, all schools at the same site on back-to-back Saturdays. Mm-hmm. So you have college recruiters out there. It's one cool thing that we're doing this year, as you talked about, is the PepsiCo Center, where we're going to have this large RV out there. It's thanks to Camping World, and it's basically going to be a TV studio. In essence, we're providing updates, have different stories throughout the day. You're going to be hosting it, and it's a great opportunity again to put student athletes in the spotlight. This massive event where they've just played in front of friends and family, college recruiters, but we're going to be able to tell the stories off the field, and that's what people want to see. It's something that just really gives us an opportunity to show who the student athletes are, because the event's really about them.
I'm really excited. I got to meet some of the young women on media day, and they just have so much character and so well-rounded. So I'm really looking forward to meeting a lot more of them on these upcoming Saturdays when the showdown is actually happening. What are some of the media events that we have leading up to the Saturdays.
Yeah. So this is a big week. Obviously, it's tonight. Most of the high school coaches are going to receive their opening day schedule, which will give them an idea of what time they're playing on Saturday. Beginning this Wednesday, will basically be the media tour, with a number of large opportunities for the student athletes. So on Wednesday night, the seeds will be officially announced on SportsFeed with Josh Fryman and Jared Payton. We'll have student athletes on there. It's going to be a half an hour show dedicated just to the PepsiCo Showdown. The first portion, I'll be talking a little bit about how the event is evolving even more, and then we'll release the seeds, and then we have some pre-selected players who will be on there who will be talking about the event. On Thursday morning, they'll be on the WGN Morning Show helping kick off actually the White Sox season opener.
Oh, yeah.
Saturday is the big opening day out at Olympic Park in Schaumburg. Monday, April 8th, again, PepsiCo Showdown players will be on the WGN Morning Show kicking off the Cubs home opener. And then throughout the following week, there's games, there's going to be surprise events at the school. Then everybody's back out at Olympic Park on April 13th. And then we have Championship Sunday, which is always an exciting event with the Pepsi sprays and whatnot. So a lot of big things, a lot of things going on, and hopefully we'll help create some lifelong memories.
Well, just a little bit of a tease, because soccer has been the sport for the past 17 years. But what's to come in 2019?
So the PepsiCo Showdown has always just been known as soccer. Mm-hmm. It is moving to the PepsiCo Showdown series, football, basketball, volleyball coming in. The football event will be the first regular season high school football tournament in the country. It's really excited about the opportunity to engage these other sports. For years, we've had coaches and athletic directors who have asked about, hey, does this model work in other sports? And we've kind of held back from it. And as we've looked at things, using the power of sports to engage and educate student athletes off the field through Buddies Helpers, through the charity things. We're going to be able to do this with not just soccer players, now football players, basketball players. And if you think about it, since 2003, there's been 50,000 plus student athletes who have taken a part in the soccer version of the PepsiCo Showdown. Just imagine 10 years from now with all these other sports joining in. It's a huge opportunity to really impact student athletes and their families. I say this all the time, 1% of these players will go on and play professionally, but all 100% can go on to be leaders, and that's really what you're trying to show them, that just like the Cubs and Cubs charities and these other sports, college or professional teams, we can make a difference, and that's what we're going to do.
Is there anything else that you want to add about everything that's coming up in the next 2 weeks?
Well, I think we should probably show that it's one of the most important things that a lot of the players look forward to. The PepsiCo Showdown Cup. This will be out there. This weekend. It's kind of become a cool thing over the past couple of years, especially for those who have taken some cool pictures with it. It's been a part of the Pepsi sprays. So
it's very heavy.
Yes. So just want to thank you for everything that you've helped with so far. It should be very exciting with the PepsiCo Center out at Olympic Park on April 6th, and then obviously look forward to everything that'll be coming up. Lastly, I just want to close out and want to say thanks to all the student volunteers who have helped over the years. District 230, Andrews, Sandburg, and Stagg, along with a number of CPS schools, have had volunteers out at the event every single year, and without them, it's not possible. So it's a cool thing.
Well, we're both looking forward to all of the upcoming events, and hope you are too. Stay tuned to this Facebook page and follow our other social media, and we will have more for you, including where you can find all the student athletes and all the upcoming television networks. So thank you very much, Joe. And I'll wipe off my fingerprints before we hand this over to the girls.